In the crucible of the digital age, one man dared to capture the world's whispers and set them free. Jack Dorsey, coder, visionary, outcast. A boy from St. Louis who spoke to machines when words betrayed him, who forged Twitter from a single spark and reshaped the voice of humanity. But who is Jack Dorsey? A hero crafting empires or a haunted soul entangled in scandal? He empowered merchants with Block's white cube, preached Bitcoin as liberty's flame, and dared to dream of a freer internet with blue sky. Yet his path was strewn with shadows. Trusted allies turned traitors, leaking secrets to foes. Scandal scorched his name. A silent retreat in Myanmar as a nation bled. A biohacking venture that crumbled in disgrace. A platform accused of silencing the mighty. Was he a prophet of progress or a reckless dreamer lost in his own myth? From boardroom betrayals to global firestorms, his saga is no mere tale of tech. It's a tempest of ambition, conspiracy, and contradiction. What drove the man who gave the world his voice only to face its wrath? Unravel the enigma of Jack Dorsey, where every triumph hides a wound and every dream a storm. Dare you step into the chaos to discover the truth? The boy who wove dreams in code, in the heart of St. Louis where the Mississippi's eternal song cradled the city's soul. Jack Patrick Dorsey was born on November 19, 1976. His was a humble world shaped by Tim, an engineer who measured the Earth's pulse with scientific precision, and Marcia, a homemaker of Italian descent whose warmth lit their Catholic home. Yet young Jack was no ordinary child. A speech impediment shackled his tongue, turning every word into a battlefield. Schoolyards mocked his stutter, but in solitude, silence, he found refuge in the hum of machines. At 8, an IBM PC became his sanctuary, its glowing screen a realm where his voice soared, unhindered by flesh or fear. By 12, Jack was a prodigy, a digital sorcerer obsessed with his city's rhythm. Police scanners crackled in his room, their chaos a puzzle he yearned to solve. He dreamed of maps that pulsed with life, red dots tracing the dance of taxis, ambulances, and couriers. With stolen books and a pirated compiler, he wrote software to orchestrate these movements, a feat so astonishing that local dispatch firms adopted his work. "Who is this boy?" they whispered, unaware they beheld the spark of a titan. But St. Louis was a cage for a soul so vast. At 16, Jack faced a choice: linger in the known or chase the infinite. He chose the latter, enrolling at the Missouri University of Science and Technology, where circuits and algorithms fed his hunger. Yet, he chafed against convention. In 1997, he transferred to New York University, drawn to the city's electric chaos. Greenwich Village pulsed with rebels and dreamers, and Jack, now 20, glimpsed his destiny. Not in lecture halls, but in the raw, unscripted world. In 1999, one semester shy of a degree, he cast aside academia's chains and set sail for San Francisco, the El Dorado of the digital age. The dot-com bubble swelled, promising glory to the bold. At 22, Jack founded Dispatch Management Services, a venture to weave couriers into the internet's web. But fate struck cruelly. The bubble burst in 2000, and his company crumbled, leaving him to roam Oakland streets, a knight errant in a world that scorned his dreams. He toiled as a freelancer, trained as a masseur to pay rent, and sketched botanical drawings with an artist's eye, each path a detour from his calling. Yet, in those lean years, a vision took root. A way to capture life's fleeting whispers and share them with the world. It was a seed that would blossom into an empire, but not without blood, betrayal, and scandal. The birth of Twitter and the first betrayal. In the twilight of his wanderings, Jack found solace in instant messengers, where friends shared snippets of their lives. At the bar, coding late, lost in thought. What if these whispers could be broadcast to all, a tapestry of human moments woven in real time? This idea, fragile as gossamer, became his obsession. In 2001, he joined Odeo, a startup dabbling in podcasting, where he met Evan Williams, a farm boy turned tech sage, and Biz Stone, a dreamer with a poet's soul. They saw in Jack's vision a revolution, a platform where every voice from pauper to prince could echo across the globe. In a San Francisco loft, lit by flickering monitors, the trio toiled. Jack, now 29, led the charge, his fingers a blur across keyboards. In a fortnight, they birthed a prototype, On March 24, 2006, Jack sent the first message. Just setting up my Twitter. Thus was born Twitter, a name as swift as a bird's cry, but creation is but the first battle. Within Odeo, a rival emerged, Noah Glass, a brilliant but volatile coder who claimed Twitter as his own. In a clash of wills, Jack rallied Williams and Stone, casting Glass into exile. The victory was bitter. Jack, introspective, wrestled with guilt. Was it justice, he wrote in a private journal, or survival? The scandal of Glass's ousting leaked, and whispers of Jack's ruthlessness spread, a stain on his nascent legend. Twitter spread like wildfire. By 2007, at South by Southwest, screens blazed with its chatter, and the world took notice. Jack, now CEO, stood at the helm of a phenomenon. Twitter became a stage for the age. Celebrities spun myths, rebels cried for justice, and kings trembled at the masses' voice. In 2008, when Mumbai burned under terrorist siege, Twitter guided rescuers. In 2009, when Iran's streets roared, it pierced censorship's veil. Jack, the boy who stuttered, had given the world a new tongue. Yet, power bred peril. Servers buckled under millions of voices, and critics sneered, calling Twitter a toy for narcissists. Within the company, shadows stirred. Williams, once an ally, grew restless, his eyes on the throne. Whispers of discontent filled the halls, and Jack sensed a storm. The coup and the Oracle's prophecy. In autumn 2008, betrayal struck. Williams, backed by the board, deemed Jack's leadership erratic, his dreams too wild. In a bloodless coup, Williams seized the CEO's mantle, relegating Jack to chairman, a hollow title. Exiled from his kingdom, Jack wandered San Francisco's fog-draped streets, his heart heavy with loss. It was then he met the Oracle, a grizzled coder, his face etched with Silicon Valley scars. "Your story is not ended," the Oracle said. "Forge a new blade and strike when the hour is ripe." He gifted Jack a tattered book on stoicism, its pages a map to resilience. The coup sparked a scandal that rocked the tech world. On blogs and early social platforms, insiders leaked tales of Jack's ousting, painting him as a visionary, undone by his own aloofness. Dorsey was more poet than CEO, a TechCrunch post sneered, fueling rumors of his failure. Jack, stung but unbowed, turned to a new quest. In 2009, he reunited with Jim McKelvey, a St. Louis friend who lamented a lost sale for want of a credit card reader. Together, they dreamed of a device to empower the humble, a white cube that turned smartphones into tills. Thus was born Square, launched in 2010 with a simplicity that masked its genius. Cafes, artisans, and farmers markets embraced it, and by 2012, Square's valuation soared to $3.2 billion. Jack, now its CEO, was hailed as a savior of the small, a musketeer defying bankers' yoke. But a shadow loomed. Victor Crane, a fintech magnate with a serpent's charm who vowed to crush Square. Crane planted spies within Square, stealing code and sowing discord. In 2011, a whistleblower exposed Crane's plot, revealing hacked emails where he boasted of burying Dorsey's toy. The scandal erupted on X's precursor platforms, with noted Squaregate trending. Jack confronted Crane at a Las Vegas summit, his voice still. "You scheme, Victor, but the future belongs to builders." The crowd roared and Crane retreated, but the damage was done. Square's stock dipped, and Jack's trust in his team wavered, a wound that would fester. The Square scandals and the Bitcoin obsession Square's rise was marred by further scandals. In Dorsey's cube is a con, a merchant tweeted, igniting a firestorm. Jack, slow to respond, faced accusations of neglect. "He's too busy meditating," a Forbes op-ed sniped, referencing his growing asceticism, fasting, ice baths, and silent retreats. The scandal cost Square millions, and Jack's reputation took a hit, with X-Post branding him a hippie CEO out of touch with reality. His obsession with Bitcoin deepened the divide. Jack saw it as freedom's currency, free from bank script. In 2014, he invested millions, weaving Bitcoin into Square's core. But in 2015, a rogue Square engineer codenamed The Alchemist misused company funds to mine Bitcoin, triggering an internal probe. The scandal leaked, and X erupted with gnawing Bitcoin bust, accusing Jack of reckless idealism. Dorsey's crypto cult is tanking Square, a user posted. Jack fired the alchemist but took the blame, tweeting, "I trusted too much." The incident fueled doubts about his judgment, even as Square's valuation climbed. Crane seized the moment, lobbying regulators to probe Square's Bitcoin ventures. In a 2016 Capitol Hill hearing, Jack faced senators who grilled him on money laundering risks. "You're playing with fire, Mr. Dorsey," one warned. Jack, unflinching, replied, "Fire forges progress." The hearing televised split public opinion. Some hailed Jack as a rebel, others as a reckless dreamer. On X, Dorsey on trial trended, with memes mocking his beard and minimalist attire. The scandal cemented his polarizing image, a visionary teetering on hubris. The return and the Ravens conspiracy. In 2015, fate recalled Jack to Twitter. The platform languished, its growth stalled. The board restored him as CEO, a dual monarch ruling Twitter and Square. To bear two crowns was godlike, yet Jack, now 39, embraced it with a monk's discipline. Twitter was a global stage, sparking Egypt's 2011 uprising, amplifying Me Too in 2017, shaping America's 2016 election. But it was a battleground. In 2016, Twitter's failure to curb harassment drew fire. Dorsey's platform is a cesspool, a Vox article raged, citing unchecked trolls. Jack's hands-off stance, rooted in free speech absolutism, sparked a scandal when victims sued Twitter. "He's complicit," a plaintiff told CNN. Jack Torn tweeted, "We must balance freedom and safety." But the damage was done, and ex-users branded him a coward. Within Twitter, a darker plot brewed. An executive, codenamed the Raven, rallied dissenters to oust Jack, leaking his plans to regulators. In 2018, the Raven orchestrated a data breach scare, framing Jack for negligence. The scandal exploded, with flash Twitter leak trending. Jack uncovered the plot, confronting the Raven in a boardroom showdown. "You sought to cage the bird," he said, his eyes ablaze, "but it will fly." The Raven was banished, but the breach cost Twitter millions and Jack's leadership was questioned. "He's a dreamer, not a fighter," an ex-post sneered. In 2020, Twitter banned a president's account, igniting a global firestorm. Jack defended the move, but on X he was vilified as a censor, praised as a guardian. "We're stewards of trust," he wrote, his words a shield. The scandal split America, with the lunatic Dorsey tyrant trending. Privately, Jack doubted. "Have I betrayed my own ideals?" He wrote, a secret later leaked by a disgruntled aide. The betrayal stung, deepening his isolation. The Myanmar fiasco and the wellness backlash Jack's personal life fueled further scandals. His asceticism, fasting, ice baths, meditation, puzzled allies. In 2018, he embarked on a silent retreat in Myanmar, seeking enlightenment. The trip during the Rohingya genocide sparked outrage. "Dorsey's meditating while millions suffer," an ex-post raged, accusing him of privilege. Jack, naive, tweeted, "Clarity is my compass." The backlash was swift. Shu Myanmar mistake trended, and NGOs boycotted Twitter. "He's a tech monk," a Guardian op-ed scoffed, lost in his own head. Jack, chastened, donated to Rohingya aid. But the stain lingered. His wellness ventures deepened the controversy. In 2019, Jack funded a biohacking startup, Vita Nova, experimenting with gene editing. In 2021, a trial failed, harming volunteers and sparking FDA probes. "Dorsey's playing God," an ex-user wrote, with Sequan Vita Nova Vex trending. Jack withdrew funding, but the scandal fueled perceptions of recklessness. "He's a visionary, or a villain," a CNN analyst mused. Jack, wounded, retreated to a Montana ranch, fasting for 10 days. "I seek truth," he tweeted, but X mocked his shaman persona. His personal life was a cipher. Unmarried, childless, he shunned Silicon Valley's flash, living in a sparse apartment. Rumors of romances with artists and models swirled, but none lasted. In 2020, a tabloid claimed Jack had a secret affair with a Square executive, the Muse, sparking foul Dorsey drama. The story, false, was traced to Crane's PR machine, but it humiliated Jack, who avoided public events for months. "Trust is my curse," he told the Oracle, his mentor's words now a bitter echo. The block scandals and the Bitcoin war square, renamed Block in 2021, faced its own tempests. Cash App, beloved by millions, rivaled Venmo, but in 2023, a fraud scandal erupted. Scammers exploited Cash App, costing users millions. "Dorsey's app is a scam!" an ex-user raged, with the iron Cash App crash trending. Jack's slow response drew lawsuits. "He's dreaming of Bitcoin while users suffer," a plaintiff told CNBC. Jack settled, but the scandal tarnished Block's shine. His Bitcoin crusade intensified. Block's TBD division partnered with African startups, bringing crypto to the unbanked. In Nairobi, Jack met Amina, whose fintech app powered by Block transformed her village. Her gratitude moved him, but Crane's consortium struck, lobbying to ban Bitcoin. In a 2024 Zurich summit, Jack faced them. "You cannot change the future," he thundered. The standoff, viral on X, made him a folk hero, but regulators tightened crypto rules, threatening Block's plans. In 2022, a Block insider, The Scribe, leaked Bitcoin memos to Crane, exposing Jack's plans. The betrayal, dubbed Wajka Block Betrayal, rocked X. Jack banished The Scribe, but the leak fueled Crane's campaign. "Dorsey's empire is crumbling," an X post gloated. Jack wounded tightened Block security, but his trust in allies waned, a scar that shaped his final years. The exile and Blue Sky's battle. In November 2021, Jack stunned the world, stepping down as Twitter's CEO, passing the scepter to Parag Agrawal. By May 2022, he left the board, severing ties. On X, speculation raged. Was he fleeing failure? The truth was stranger. Jack 45 sought rebirth. He turned to Block and Blue Sky, a venture for a freer internet. Launched in 2023, Blue Sky promised decentralization, a counterpoint to X's shadow. But Crane backed a rival platform, Nexus, to crush it. In a Singapore meeting, Crane offered a devil's bargain: join forces or face ruin. "I'm a missionary, not a mercenary," Jack replied. The encounter, leaked on X, sparked a Blue Sky battle, with users rallying to Jack. Blue Sky faced its own scandal. In 2024, a moderation flaw let extremist content spread, sparking full Blue Sky blunder. Jack's free speech stance faltered under pressure. "Freedom is messy," he tweeted. But X users demanded rules. The scandal slowed Blue Sky's growth, and Jack, torn, retreated to a silent retreat, his ideals in question. The profits fall and rise. In 2025, as AI and crypto reshaped the world, Jack emerged as a provocateur. At FOSDEM, he decried intellectual property as a shackle, his words a call to arms. On X, he sparred with Elon Musk, tweeting, "You build rockets, Elon. I build bridges." Some saw madness, others genius, but his flaws shadowed him. Block's turnover surged, with executives decrying his aloofness. "He's a visionary, not a leader," a resigning VP told Bloomberg. When Cash App faced new fraud in 2025, Jack's response lagged, fueling Josh Cash App chaos. "He's lost it," an ex-user wrote, yet Jack fought on. In Nairobi, he launched a Bitcoin school, mentoring coders like Amina. In San Francisco, he funded homeless shelters. His $1 billion 2020 donation, a quiet legacy. His mother's 2024 illness spurred reflection. "You built worlds, Jack," Marsha whispered, "but live in this one." Her words reshaped him. He mentored youth, shared his code, and faced his flaws. The unfinished Tempest. What is the measure of a man? For Jack Dorsey, it is not his $5.6 billion, but the worlds he wrought. Twitter, now X, mirrors humanity's soul. Block empowers the forgotten. Blue Sky whispers of freedom. Yet Jack is a riddle, a monk and mogul, prophet and pariah. His scandals, Myanmar, Vitanova, Cash App. Twitter's leaks reveal a man of genius and folly, trust and betrayal. In San Francisco by the Pacific, Jack stands. The boy who spoke to machines, now a legend. His Tempest, like Dumas' heroes, is woven of triumphs and scandals, dreams and doubts. He faced storms and shouted, "Do your worst, for I will do mine." As we leave him, we see a dawn, a tapestry unfinished, its threads stretching toward a future only he can divine. Dear reader, his saga challenges us to dream, falter, and rise as Jack Dorsey has done, against the stars. And so, the tale of Jack Dorsey, coder, dreamer, stormweaver, draws to its close, yet the echoes of his Tempest linger. From the streets of St. Louis to the digital battlegrounds of our age, he dared to forge empires and defy the stars. But this is no mere end. It is a spark for new stories, new quests. If this saga of triumphs and scandals has stirred your soul, let your voice join the chorus. Like this video to honor the journey, subscribe to our channel to chase more epic tales, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Together, let us weave the next chapter of this grand adventure. The future awaits. Will you answer its call?